So welcome to Millhouse Farm Garden. Lovely spring morning. So let's start with the feet shoulder width apart. Drop the shoulders, drop the chest, free the neck, relax your buttocks, bend your knees slightly. And then we really engage with the sensations and the soles of the feet as we rock gently from foot to foot, feeling ourselves putting energetic roots down into the earth. Just dropping the shoulders, freeing the neck, softening the face so the face is soft and open. And as you go from foot to foot, feeling the pressure under one foot, really noticing it, and then the pressure, and then relax the soles of the feet as we do this. Relax the shoulders. Oh, somebody else is coming, which is lovely. Relax the hands and allow the tailbone to soften, and then come to stillness and rock slightly back into the heels, wiggle your toes, and then we go find that web bit of the thumb and the forefinger that's called the tiger's mouth. We're going to link them together so they really do lock in, and use the palm of the bottom hand to rest. Just wondering who this is. Oh, it's Emma. Lovely. To rest on your lower belly. So we're now getting out. The thing, where our lungs, it's interesting. So sometimes when we've got a cold or something, we have a bit of difficulty breathing. It's really worth having a clear understanding of the structural mechanics of breathing, so we can consciously do it. And breath is an automatic function in the body, but it's also one that can be actually regulated as well. So blinking's another thing. We blink automatically, but we can also regulate blinking when we need to. So we've got the hands on the lower belly, and we're here so we can start to feel the power in the belly and the movement of the belly. So when we breathe out, what we want is that sense of the belly going back towards the spine and the pelvic floor closing. So there's a tightness in the pelvic floor, tightness here. Everything else is relaxed. We maintain the relaxation, particularly in the chest, the neck, the shoulders, and the face. And then when we breathe in by opening the belly and the pelvic floor. So this opens up, expands, and that'll expand the rest of the body. And then breathing out, we're going to breathe out slowly. So we really feel that closing of the pelvic floor, the tightening of the pubic bone, and these muscles really starting to join together, which will close the rib cage, which helps to close the lungs and moves the diaphragm up the body to help close the lungs. So when we breathe in, we open the pelvic floor, the lower belly, around the back of the kidneys, the sides of the ribs, the back of the ribs, and then right up into that little dent in the back of the collarbone. And then breathing out, we start like good toothpaste squeezing. Good toothpaste squeezing, we squeeze from the bottom of the toothpaste tube. So from the pelvic floor, the lower belly, breathing out, everything closes, diaphragm comes up, and that releases the impurities from the lungs. And then it's like the next breath, so just keep breathing while I'm talking, because the images are very helpful. It's often referred to as vase breathing. So if you've got a vase, you want to put water in, the water goes down the bottom first and fills up from the bottom. So when we breathe in, we feel the pelvic floor, the lower belly, and then slowly up through the sides and back, keeping the chest relaxed, opening the shoulder blades, and finally into the chest and the top of the chest. And then when we breathe out, we start from the pelvic floor, the lower belly, ribs close, soften the feet, soften the face. So understanding these mechanics and doing it really slowly will already help to release cloggedness in the body. Let's just do another one. So in your own time, feeling the breath starting with that vase, so you're feeling starting from the bottom up, slowly filling, keeping the chest as relaxed as possible. And breathing out slowly, toothpaste squeezing from the pelvic floor, the lower belly, all that squeezes, and automatically everything else will close. And then pause. Another good way to get a really good breath, and you might want to try it right now. On your next out breath, just rest on the emptiness for the out breath for as long as you can. And sometimes it can be quite a long time, and just see what happens. So you just rest. The word rest is quite useful. Rest, belly, feet. Feel the feet on the floor as you rest. And that's a really good way to kickstart a really good breath if you've had trouble breathing. And so often our minds get a bit racy and we just do panic breathing up the top here. And unfortunately, the best transformation of bringing oxygen into the body happens at the bottom of the lungs. Yes, it happens at the top, but the best one's at the bottom. But if we're only breathing up here and everything down here is tight, then we're not getting oxygenated enough. But that holding, resting on the out breath, the body will automatically want to open to get life into it. Anyway, give the lower belly a nice little rub. Yay. So we're making this our engine. Nice to see you. And then just drop the arms and give yourself a shimmy so you feel the buttocks and bits all wobbling. And that's really, and when we shimmy, it's like a dog shaking itself when it comes out of water, shaking off the bits we don't need. Yeah, I'm just going to move this a little bit. Yep. Okay. So, and the next posture we're going to do is knocking on the door of life. Now, here we cannot relax the shoulders enough, the chest enough, the arms enough, and feel the back of the neck long. So, we're moving from here, and everything on top is just a passenger. So, our root is really important. So, we feel stable in our legs and feet, and getting the power in our belly, a real engine fire. And the arms will then automatically swing out. And as we turn, will bounce quite heavily off the waist, off the door of life. In other words, your belly button, where the umbilical cord went in, and around the kidneys. Now, this knocking, the vibration we're sending through the body, helps to clear stuck energy. And it also will have an effect on the bottom of the lungs because it's around that part. So feel your root, turn from the lower belly, drop the shoulders. And now, can you get the outside edge of both feet on the floor so the knees stay stable and they're not rotating? So think more of turning from the belly and not pushing at all, just turning the belly. That's it. Throwing the arms out, chin stays over chest, eyes soft. You're not really looking at anything, you're just experiencing the movement. And now bring the front hand up and with a light fist, bounce it off the chest. This is an excellent way, and you can be quite, give it a bit of welly if you wish, of clearing the lungs and boosting the immune system because we're going over the lung meridian. And there's 2 points underneath where you're bouncing the hand, just underneath your collarbone, on the lung meridian that helps to keep our immune system, our physical immune system, nice and healthy. So bouncing off, feeling this vibration going through the lungs like light, clearing light. Bringing your mind back to your belly, your feet, your ease, those really relaxed arms, the power in the belly. And then come back to the waist. Give it a little bit more welly from that belly. Fire up your bellies. And then slowing down. And then just have a moment of noticing how you're feeling. Maybe there's a little bit of a tingle going through the body. I know there is through mine. I hope through you as well. Breathe. Free back and neck, and then just shake your legs out. So we have been working I decided we'd relook at the animal frolics. It's a very shamanic form of Qigong. So it's got very ancient roots. It goes back to um, when we were just basically every human being was a hunter-gatherer. So that and hunter-gatherers, the few tribes that do this these days, their affinity with nature is unbelievable. So if you haven't got a local supermarket to go down and get your food, and you have to go out into the forest or the savannah and to dig it up, pick it, collect it, kill it, and it's always done sacredly, and everything that's collected is always shared. So it's an utter democracy. So nobody thinks, well, I got all these berries, I'm going to eat them. They take them back and share them, which is quite interesting. But their affinity with nature, so it's easy if you get to know the animal, the trees, the herbs, the plants that you're going to be eating, get a real sort of realize that no different to us. And of course, their view of the world and the universe was different to ours. And the animal we're practicing at the moment, we're on our second week, is the deer. And it represents, it's got an affinity to the water element, so the kidneys. It's also, the animal represents facing challenges, which I quite interesting. But their nature is different to the two animals we've looked at already, which was the tiger and the bear, both top predators, so very comfortable. They didn't have to look out for too much. They had to look out for their food, but not for danger. Whereas a deer is predated, so they're very alert, but in a relaxed way. Their senses are alert. Now, this morning I came out, I walked out, I was actually sitting and I looked up and I looked in the field opposite in the valley, and there was a deer standing in the middle of the field in that alert, relaxed state. And it was as still, and it was there for quite a long time. So I thought I'd walk as quietly as I could down to my sister, who'd gone down to feed the chickens. And I suspected she might not have seen it because she might have been watching where she was walking, which is what I have to do as well. Anyway, I got down there and I called to her, and I think it heard me, so it did look around. And it didn't dash off, but it realized there wasn't danger. But then it trotted off over the trothy and up into the woods. But it was pure magic. And so what I'm doing today is recording this for you to practice in your own home. So the first deer posture we're going to do, we're going to repeat some we did last week, is the deer rising. So we just visualize this deer as being asleep and it wakes up. And we're going to use two different hand gestures. And the first one we're going to use is the antlers. Now we do this, it's represented by the ring and middle finger coming down, but the little index and thumb opening up. So there's a real sense of energy in the hands. And then before we go into the posture, there's a point called the Tai Yin point on the forehead, which helps clear the head. So we're going to lift our antlers up and place the thumbs on our temples and just massage around. So this is really good for clearing the head, helping headaches. So relax the lower back, breath in belly, shoulders dropped, and do a few circles one way, a few circles the other way. Relax face, chest, shoulders, feet, buttocks, breath in belly. And then open out, relax the hands and come down. Okay, so then this deer been asleep in the forest or wherever, and it's going to wake up, so the antlers come up, and it's just going to quietly look around. So tuck your tailbone slightly under, take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, from that lower breathing out place, turn to the right, eyes open, and you're looking around. In our case, we're looking over the valley, and then we're breathing in and coming back to the front. And then we're going to the other way, turning from your lower belly first, waist, shoulders, neck, eyes are open, and you're really looking out, and the antlers are going up. And come back to the front, soften the hands, and come down. Now, there's two things that are really helpful for the lungs here. First of all, lifting your arms up, it just opens the lung space. And then doing that spiral helps to squeeze the lungs. So spiraling with the out breath just helps to clear the lungs a bit more. So let's do that again. So with this alert and lovely deer, we're coming up on the in breath. And then squeeze the lower belly, tuck up and under, turn from your lower belly, waist, and really look right over your right shoulder as far as you can. And it's going up as you breathe in, come back. Tuck tailbone under and going to the left, drop your shoulders. Turn, 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 look over your left shoulder. And then breathing in, coming up. Soften the hands and just feel your whole body soothing as you drop your energy down through the body into the belly feet. Breathing out, breathing in, up. Drop shoulders, but antlers come up. And as you breathe out, squeeze the lower belly and have that real openness to the environment, picking up smells, the breeze, what you can hear, what can you see. On your next out breath, antlers rising, squeezing, turning, looking over your left shoulder, right round, coming back to the front. Soften the hands, and as you breathe out, come down. And breathing in, feel your root, but feel that sense of dignity and poise. Breathing out, squeeze the lower belly. And turning, turning, turning. And deep breath into the front, big belly. Good toothpaste squeezing as you go to the left. And looking over your left shoulder as far as you can. And then coming back to the front. Soften the hands and just feel a soothing shower of life force energy, chi, coming down to you through the universe. And just relax for a moment and then just give yourself a little shake. So we're now going to go into deer walking, and this helps mobilize the spine. Anything we do mobilizing the spine massages all our internal organs. And of course, again, will help clear the lungs. So we're going to add another hand mudra. So we've got the antlers, and then we're going to do deer hoofs. So it's not quite a chicken beak, but the fingers are together quite lightly. And we're going to start with the hands in the hoof position. And we're going to, I'll do it sideways so you can see. We're going to start with an in breath where we arch the back. So the tailbone sticks out and the belly gets big, and we're arching the back. As we breathe out, our antlers go forward, and you're going to really tuck your tailbone right under, squeeze your lower belly, and let your chest go back. Breathe out, breathe out, breathe out, and you're looking forward. Now, breathing in, ripple through the spine, and tailbone sticks out, and you arch your back. Breathing out, squeeze the lower belly, and bring your pubic bone right forward, tuck tailbone right under, so you're rounding your back. And then you keep your gaze softly in front, and that soft peripheral vision as you breathe in, arching the back, and then breathing out, tuck tailbone under, and your hooves really move the spine. I want to see those hips rocking, so tailbone back. And it's the movement of the spine when the deer is walking. And then this time, open the elbows, soften the hands, and come back down. Okay, so now we're going to shift into the left leg, turn slightly to the right, and bring the right foot forward. Okay, I'm just going to adjust the screen so you can see my feet a bit better. I would go back further, but I've got an anthill, which is rather disconcerting. Okay, so we're here, going to come into the left, turn to the right, and bring the right foot forward. That's it. Now, take your weight forward into the right leg, but bring your left hip forward with it. And as you come back, into the left leg, bring your right hip back. So the hips stay facing there. You're not turning the body on this one. And we're going to start on the front foot, feel your heel on the floor, and make your hooves and arch your back. And as you breathe out, come into the back leg and your antlers go out. Tuck your tailbone right under. Okay, now what's happening on this, and I'm seeing from people, they're going like this. We want the shoulders to stay over the hips, and you curve down here. Tuck your so come into the back leg, tuck your tailbone right under. You're rounding your back without leaning forward. And then breathing in, ripple through the spine, stick your bum out, arch the back. And breathing out. So you just visualize you're this deer gently walking through the forest. So you've got that peripheral vision, that connection to your senses. Feel the ground, stick your bum out, breathing in, breathing out. Stay there. As you breathe in, turn to the front, feet side by side, and come back down. Shift into your right leg. Turn slightly to the left. Bring the left foot forward. Then take your weight forward and feel that left heel. So you feel where the weight is. And as you go back, bring the left hip back with you. So we're going to start forward in the left foot with the right hip coming forward. And we're going to be in our hoof position. Take a big breath in and stick your bum out. So you arch your spine. And then going back, tuck that tailbone right under. Feel the chest going back into the chest. Rounded back, antlers come out. Ripple through the spine as you walk forward into the front foot. And then transferring the weight into the back leg. Round in the back, tuck, tuck, tuck. So you really are rocking the pelvis and helping the lungs ripple through the spine. And breathing out, tucking the tailbone right under. And then rippling through the spine as you come up, rounding the back. Good. In the back leg. Now we come into the front leg, arching the back, make sure that left heel's on the floor, and then rounding the back as you come into the back leg. Stay there, open the elbows, soften the hands, and feet side by side, and gently coming down. Notice how you're feeling. Breathe, and then just give everything a little bit of a shake. So shaking is brilliant for releasing tension. And sometimes when we're feeling a bit unwell, we tend to get a little bit close. So opening up and freeing stuff is always helpful to get the energy moving around the body and thus our immune system. So we're just going to do a very simple swing. So we're going to open the arms and that sense of wow, we're outside, it's really beautiful. So we can do wow outside and let the arms drop. And we're going to feel that this, again, is the engine. Everything stays vertical. On the drop, allow that dropping to become the impetus for the swing, and then drop and open. Drop, swing, drop, front, drop to the side. Now, as you turn to the side, lift the back of the neck, turn from the belly, and wow. And it doesn't matter if you smile. Yeah. And just see if it makes any difference to your energy. If you go from grim face to wow, goodness, yes, doing this together outside on the screen, community of practitioners. How lovely. And we, yay, breathe, yep, we, yay. Front, side, front, look to the valley, front, car park, front, valley. Let's do two more. One. Good. Yeah, good. So any swing is brilliant because you have to relax. So it's great for breathing, circulation, digestion, you name it, clearing the mind, all sorts of things, and shake the legs out. So we're going to now go into the deer has woken up, it's gone for a little walk. I'm going to have a really good look around it. And this is where I will probably need my balancing bits, things to hang on to because my balance is not great. Okay, so we're going to use our antlers. We're going to bring the antlers up and touch the Taiyang point on the forehead, like we did earlier. And if you come into the left leg and turn to the right, and then just bring that foot forward, the right foot forward without any weight. Then shift your weight into the foot. And then from there, tuck the tailbone under and turn to your right and look around you. And that's going to be an out breath. You breathe in as you come back and transfer the weight. And as you breathe out, you let the hands come down. That's very measured, this. We're going to breathe in and bring the foot forward. Breathe out, transfer your weight. Yeah, breathe in, the arms come up. As you breathe out, bring the foot forward. I'm on an anthill, which is a nuisance. Bring the foot forward. And then on the in-breath, transfer your weight. Tuck tailbone under, breathing out, turn to your left. Look over your left shoulder. Breathe in, come back to the front. And as you breathe out, step back and coming down. I need to move forward because these anthills, the lawn looks flat. And then suddenly there's this sort of rounded, hard thing, which is very difficult to balance on. Okay, so we start with the in-breath. I think I've got it now. Turning and let the foot come forward on the out-breath. And you're pausing there and breathing in, you're going to transfer the weight. And the out-breath is the spiral, tuck tailbone under, belly, waist, shoulders. Keep looking right over your right shoulder, breathing in, come back. And on the out-breath, we step back and bring the hands down. So breathing in up. And on the out-breath, literally just take that foot forward, no weight in it. And then you transfer the weight on the in-breath. And as you breathe out, make sure you maintain the weight in the heel as you look over your left shoulder. And in-breath brings you back. And out-breath, you come back down. So we're going to add something now. So we breathe in. And on the out-breath, simply the foot comes forward. Breathing in, shift. As we breathe out, lift the back heel, bend the knees a bit more, and let that back knee just drop a bit in, almost into the back of the front leg. And then breathing in, come back. And as you breathe out, step back and come down. Good. And breathing in. And just the left foot comes forward. Out breath. Breathe in, come forward. Now, lift the back heel as you breathe out. You're thinking and turning and looking over your left shoulder. Tuck your tailbone under. As you breathe in, you come back and you step back and come back down. And breathing in up. Now transfer. Good. Drop shoulders, tuck tailbone under. Lift back heel, tuck tailbone, and looking over your right shoulder. And now breathing in, come back. Long out breath. The breath keeps it measured and slow. Breathing in, and then just simply putting the foot down on the out breath. Breathe in, step forward, lift the back heel. Breathing out, tuck tailbone under. Now, as you turn and look, just lean forward slightly. And on the in-breath, coming back. And let's just have a little pause and relax, a little shake. So there's one more stage to this. Just adjust these a little bit, so I'll need them on this even more. Where we lift the back leg, but we move the knee away from us, we don't bring the knee forward. So we're going to breathe in and right foot forward, out breath. Take your time, breathing in, lift the back heel. So as you turn, tuck tailbone under, the hands stay up on the forehead, and you're going to lift the left leg and take it away from you. Lean forward and look behind you, and then step back on the in-breath. and then slowly down. Breathing in, good, turning, and long out breath. So in breath brings you forward, and then all the weight comes in the front foot as you turn to your left, lift the right leg, take the knee around, back, and lean forward slightly and look right behind you, and then breathing in, come back and down. If you need something to hang on to, like what I do, please do. And breathing in, long out breath, step forward. And as you breathe out, you're turning all the weight in the right leg, the left knee goes away from you, lean forward slightly, breathe out, breathe out, breathe out, and then step back, breathing in, long out breath. Good, let's do one more. Breathing in and turning. And then in breath as you shift forward, and then out breath is the balance and the spiral. There's a lot going on. Really root yourself in that left leg, push the right knee away from you, and then stepping back and coming down. And because I've got my back to you, I have no idea how you did on that one. I'm sure you all did brilliantly. But it's quite a demanding posture, that. And it's strengthening the legs, twisting the body, which is helping the kidneys and the lungs, and then really helping your balance. And even though my balance went almost overnight in 2012, I like to do these things to sort of keep what I have got left and remind myself all the time of the ground so I don't topple over all the time, which is quite helpful. And then shake the legs out. So this deer has had a nice little walk through the forest. It's now going to start running. Now, this can be quite a big posture if you've got the legs for it. And if you come into your left leg and take the right foot forward, now you can do a really long lunge. And we keep the weight forward in this. So, but it's up to you how you feel balance-wise. I'm going to have that there. And we've got our hooves, and we're going to make a long, long position. So the right arm is over the right leg. You've got your right leg forward, the weight's forward, and you feel the pressure through the right heel. You're going to tuck your tailbone under slightly and bring up the back of the neck. Drop the shoulders, and you've got your hooves. Now you're going to do like a backstroke. So the right arm comes up, the left arm comes down. You stay in the front leg, and you're turning your body to the right, and you're looking around. And at the same time, the left arm comes up, and then you turn your body to the left, and you look around, but you stay in the front leg. Okay, so it's a backwards, it's like you're doing backstroke in the water. So let's just start. Really listen to my right, left. So you've got your right arm over your right leg. You're going to lift the right arm, the left arm goes down, and you turn your body to the right. And then the left arm comes up and the right arm goes down. As the left arm comes up, you turn your body to the left. And you stay on the front foot. That's the difficult bit, because we want to move back with the arm. Yep. And that's the difficult bit. So basically, if I do it front, the arms are doing that. Yeah? Both moving together. And some of you just moving one arm at a time and then wondering where you are. Let's try that the other side. So it's what I discovered when I did this on Tuesday. This is a really good one for brain training. This is your old age pension, chaps, keeping the mind really engaged. Okay, so bringing the left foot forward in that lovely long lunge. Now, as you come forward, check your heel is in the floor, tailbone slightly tucked under, back of the neck lifted. Bring your left arm over your left leg, and your right arm goes back. Now, really, in your mind, just establish that root in the front leg. And as the left arm comes up, the right arm will go down. It's like a big wheel. You turn your body to the left, and the right arm will come back up, the left arm goes down. As the right arm comes back, you turn to the right, but keep the weight forward. Okay, and then you're going backwards. No, some of you are trying to get the arm over. All the time, imagine you're on the water going backwards. Yes, and that might help you. so it doesn't come across your face. Let's just try this again. So you've got the left arm coming up, backstroke, and then you're going to go into another stroke with the right arm going up by your ear. No, up by your ear. Okay, let's do this again. We're in the front leg, and then you've got that bit, and you turn to your left. The right arm comes right forward over your right leg. That comes up by your right ear. Up, up. Yay! And then the left arm comes forward. Stay in the front leg. That's it. Then the right arm comes up by your ear. The left arm comes up by your ear. You turn to your left, and then the right arm comes up by your ear. It's like a big wheel. Yeah, and then other arm. And then the other arm. So if you feel it, you're doing a really big turn in your body, which is incredibly good for the spine, the kidneys, and the lungs. And it's a backward circle. And you just visualize you're running through the forest and you're terribly aware of what's going on. And let's come back to our starting position and then come back. And yeah, I think you've got it. Great. It takes some working out that. I hope everybody on screen has managed to work it out as well. So let's come into the right leg. And we've got that lovely long position. And the body's turned slightly to the left as you in the right leg. Now, as the right arm comes up and you start that backward circle, you keep the weight forward and you turn your body to the right. Left arm comes up and you're turning to the left. And we're going to move it a bit faster now. You're in the movement, breathing as you can, turning. Now you're running through the forest and you're aware of everything. And then suddenly something catches you and you look. Now, the hands stay there, but I'm going to use this because you come into the front foot and you hook your ankle over your right knee and tuck your tailbone under and lean forward slightly. Come back, put the foot down, and then carry on running. Turning, looking around you, looking around you, looking around you. Yay! Around you. And then something catches you. So you've got the right arm over your right knee, and you shift into the right leg, bring the left ankle over your right knee, bend your knee, lean forward slightly, listen, 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 step back, and come back down. So it's a wonderfully big posture, that one, and really opening everything up in a wonderful way. Are you all right, Barbara? Okay, if you want to drink, have some. Okay, so now let's do that the other side. She's okay. Take the left leg forward. Again, you can do a lovely long position. I'm having to work with my balance, so I'm playing it safe the whole time. I know my full-on dancing days, I could have done a really huge position and maintained it, and they make everybody feel naff because they couldn't do the same thing. So here we are. I make everybody feel better because they can do a better position than me, I hope. So we've got the left arm forward, left leg forward. And now the left arm comes up and you turn the body to the left, and then the right arm. And now I really want you to get the spirit of this animal running through the forest, looking through the forest, every sense awake, and then something, you hear it, smell it, see it, and you freeze, like that deer I saw in the field, with your left arm over your left leg. Just check out which arm you've got forward. Left arm over left leg. Oh, no, right arm. Left arm. Mirror me. Left arm. Other arm, Jenny. That's it. Because you're going to shift all your weight into your left leg and bring your right ankle over your knee and tuck your tailbone under and sink. Lean forward slightly. And the other arm's still in front of you, unlike me. And then put the foot back. And we start running again. Running. Weight in the front leg. Running. And then we catch something, left arm forward, and shift into the left leg. So we really investigate what was it. Oh, it was nothing. So we go back peacefully and relax. So the deer I saw this morning was quite peaceful. He didn't go into high alert. It was just aware. Oh, something going on. I've enjoyed this field. I'll go off now to the woods. And it's something we can learn from, because often when something happens, even slightly dramatic, we go into catastrophic sort of, ah. And I think there's a book about zebras on the Serengeti. So when they're chased by a herd of lions, they all scatter. But once the danger's passed, they just relax and go back to grazing. What do? We spend the next 3 weeks or 3 years talking about that event and then re-inhabiting the trauma in our bodies. So this sense of coming back to that relaxed awareness is one of the treasures we can take from the deer. Okay, let's just do that posture again, because it is so wonderful and big, and it's so helpful for lots of bits of the body. So the weight's in the right leg, and then we're moving the right arm back, looking, aware. So you've got a big root, but at the same time you're aware of your surroundings. And then something catches your attention, and you come into the right leg, left ankle hooks over right knee, tuck tailbone under. And hopefully you can do that lovely and smoothly. Back you go. Open, carry on running in that lovely relaxed way, but totally awake and alert. Weights in the front foot. Good. Turning from your lower down chin, really turning your body, feeling that big movement. And then just something alerts you. Root yourself in the front foot and left ankle over right knee, back arm back, and then step back, and relax. Do the right leg, bring the left leg forward, and open that out. And then windmilling backwards, looking around you, just visualizing this beautiful creature, this noble creature running through the forest. Breathing, breathing. And then something catches your attention. Root yourself in the left leg, right ankle comes over left knee. Tuck tailbone under, lean forward a bit. Smell, look, feel, and then come back. Keep weight forward. Running. All your senses awake. Yay. Yay. One more. And you hear something. And you have a look. And you smell, look, feel, and you decide nothing much going on there, and relax. So I suspect you're feeling you've really worked your legs off to that one. And then just give yourself a shake. So there's a rather lovely one called deer ramming, and it's like when you're pushing through stuff. You know, we have challenges sometimes and we feel a bit ooh, but no, this is in the rutting season. Those big stags, they've got tremendous power. So this time of the year, the antlers are starting to grow, and they're one of the fastest growing bones in nature, I think. And they're covered in velvet. By the time the autumn comes, they're big, depending on their age, and strong. And they've got put on, they've fed well, so they're really full of muscle. So we've got this huge, great big deer. And what we're going to do is going to have the hands like we've got a pole between the hands. So we've got not quite, so the hands are sort of in a light fist. So if I put those over, they'd be one on top of the other. Okay, so we're going to come into the left leg, bring the right foot forward, stay in the back leg, and we're going to bring our hands up and turn slightly to the left. And then we come into the front leg and drop your tailbone and ram. Yeah, have the left hand on top. That's it. And then we come back into the back leg. Breathe out. So you can give it a lot of welly. And really, yeah, quite nice. Sometimes we need to really use our weight. And then step back and soften down. Shift into the right leg, bring the left leg forward and bring the hands up. And you've got the right hand on top, you're on the back leg, and we're going to come into the left leg and ram, and then back. So it's like, yeah. As you do the ramming, can you feel your breathing out, dropping down here and dropping through your tailbone into your front foot, into your front heel? So it's really, yay. And step back and down, and then other arm comes up and good. Good. Doesn't go too far, but it's like you're really going for something and you're going to push through and stepping back and coming down, and then other arm on top, foot comes forward, and then again, and stepping back, and let the arms come down and relax. And relax even more. Feel the ground. Feel your shoulders dropping again, the neck long. Really be aware of your spine. There's one thing that this morning, it's spine. Oh, almost tinglingly awake. That sense of really alert, soft alertness. And I think it's an interesting one. So often we go into high alert, everything gets tight, as opposed to just being aware, spaciously aware internally with our noses, eyes, ears, skin of everything around us. So we're going to do a shake now, which is again, all animals do. They release trauma. So lean forward slightly, stick your tailbone out, and then just bounce up on the knees. Let your whole spine be shaken from the nape of your neck to your tailbone, and breathe out through the mouth. Releasing trauma, releasing blockages, mental, physical, emotional, composting the ground and just playing with it, maybe wiggling your bums and shoulders and bouncing from the knees. So we're not pumping the arms. The arms are totally relaxed. They're shaking by virtue of the body, the vibration of the body, and come to stillness. Just breathe and just breathe the delight of being alive, sharing this amazing world with so many extraordinary creatures. Breathing. So another aspect of these animal frolics, they can lead us into the view of the universe held by our ancestors. So only relatively recently that it was realized that we were going around the sun and the earth was turning, as opposed to the sun coming up and going down around a static earth. And so this one is called Deer Turns the Universe. And I'm always reminded of that wonderful picture of the noble stag standing on top of the mountain and looking, really a big animal with vast antlers, and this having this gaze over miles and miles of valleys and mountains, and that sense of ownership of their space. So here, and we had an amazingly clear night last night, so we had a bit of a frost this morning, and you can imagine that you're in a night sky and your antlers come up and your eyes are awake. You don't look up, but you have this sense of the sky above you. And as you turn, come into your right leg, lift your left heel and tuck your tailbone under slightly and turning, and imagine you are turning the universe around, but you're very rooted, and come back to the front. And then come into the left leg, lift your right heel, breathe out as we turn to the left. And above you, the universe is turning around, but you're gazing outward. So you have that power to turn the universe. Come back, relax the hands, and feel the universal chi just pouring down through your body. As you lift your antlers, bring the earth energy up through your body. Breathing in. Turning to the right, lift left heel. Breathe out, tuck tailbone under. You're looking around, but at the same time, your movement is turning the universe. And drop shoulders, antlers rise up as you turn, and then coming back. And soften the hands. Long out breath. Really feel the earth energy, universal energy, your place between heaven and earth as you come into the right foot, lift left heel, tuck tailbone under, looking over the mountains, the valleys. In our case, we can look over the valley and around all the lovely trees and flowers. And breathing out, coming back to the front. Soften your hands. So the earth energy nourishes us, feeds us, gives us life. Universal energy inspires us, creative. And breathing out. Really turn, really looking softly, peripheral gaze, so soft gaze. You're just aware of everything. Through your nostrils, your skin, your sight, your hearing. And coming back to the center. And softly come down. Relax, have a moment of total stillness. And just being in your environment, breathing. Really relax your elbows, your upper arms, your shoulders. And feel your spine alive, luminous. Wow. And then bring your feet together. Feel that root. And we're going to do this lovely flow that I've done with you before. Bring the hands together. And here, we're keeping the lower back stable, but we're feeling the heart going into the body. So we're lightly curved in the upper body, which is quite tricky to do sometimes because we get so stuck around our wounded hearts. And as we breathe in and start to come up, we start to slightly arch the upper back. And we're going to come up through our center line like a fountain. And when we get so far, and this will be the end of the in-breath, it's like the water just explodes out. And we keep the arms open, upper back slightly arched as we breathe out. And then feel your body, the upper back, as you breathe out, 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 over. Now, breathing in, you've got that ripple through the upper back as you go into that little bit of an arch. And then as you breathe out, it's like your heart really goes into your body and you've got a rounded upper chest as you come back down. So here we visualize we're bringing that lovely healing energy from the earth up water. And then we're bringing wonderful energy from the universe down through our body. So deep breath in, rippling through, and joyful, wow, life exploding. Long out breath. And then coming up, rippling through. And from here, come up again. Open the elbows and feel the palms of the hands pouring, healing, life force energy down through the body, all the way down, bringing power to the belly, root in the feet. Breathing in up. As we come down, feel the mind clearing, the heart being soothed, and bringing power, power, power into your belly, root, root, right under the ground. Feel that sheer joy of opening the arms. This is incredibly good for the lungs. And then coming down, bring all your excess chi as the mind clears, the heart gets soothed, down into your lower belly. Bring your mind into your feet. Feel the energy through the feet into the ground. Be aware of your breath. and the space around you. Be aware of that life force energy connecting the top of the head to the universe. Be aware of the beautiful rhythm and length of the spine, with the tailbone relaxed, the shoulders and the chest relaxed. And as we come into meditation, just rest your awareness on the ground, the breath, internal, external space. And as you rock gently over the soles of your feet, start to tune into those spirals of energy coming up through the body from the earth and down through the top of the head from the universe. And then just move your hands up to your heart center. And with your right hand, I'm not going to mirror you, make a light fist and let your left hand go over your right hand. So your right hand represents your yang, and that's often represented as active, out there, getting things done energy. And we're too yang, and then we get hyperactive. The yin represents your softness, your weakness, your kindness. And if we get too yin, we feel, lethargic, and we want to lie down. But getting them in balance, and they're moving all the times, is beautiful. So from your heart, we just acknowledge our companions today and give thanks and gratitude for being here. And then we're going to acknowledge our teachers. So today, one of our teachers has been the deer. So we give thanks for what we can learn, particularly psychologically as well as physically, from a deer. And then finally, we're bowing to ourselves, our own precious nature. And of course, as soon as we do that, where did we come from? And behind us, there's a whole lineage of our ancestors endlessly. So we bow to our ancestors for giving us life. Breathe. And then drop the hands, open the legs, and we're going to do 3 big claps to go, wow, to bring us really back into the present, to enjoy the deer.